Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I am going to be talking about the 2017-2018 Black Moon Lilith and Capricorn transit. Now, the Black Moon Lilith will enter Capricorn on November 9th, 2017, and it will be there until August 6, 2018. This transit may affect everyone collectively, but people with the Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Capricorn may very well feel it the strongest, especially when it makes a conjunction to these points. Now, this could be a transit that reveals an inordinate amount of government secrets and cover-ups. Many supervisors and superiors may be revealing or unveiling a much more tyrannical and ruthless, ambitious quality than usual. Businesses may be more inclined to resort to nefarious means. You might see more money laundering, illegal or unethical business operations, more unethical practices, and you may see an increase in perhaps supervisors and managers, people in positions of authority, sexually harassing subordinate workers. Now, this will actually, I see this as much more serious erotic energy. You might see an increase in businesses that are associated with things that are erotic and sexual. I mean, whether it's adult video stores, if it's places that sell the sexual enhancement products, things that sell sex products, I would see that these businesses will obviously could get a very strong boost during this time, and be much busier than usual. I think also when you're looking at this too, keep in mind that you're going to have an exact sextile between Jupiter in Scorpio and the Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn on May 1st, 2018, and I think at this time this could be this could be a point where those what I was talking about before, as far as businesses that sell sex products, sex pills, this will be probably a very very strong auspicious time for those places. So anyway, I think too, looking at this, you might see also maybe people cheating the government more out of money, or at least attempting to, than usual at this time. Another thing to look at is that the Black Moon Lilith will exactly conjoin Pluto on May 18th, 2018. Also, remember that the Sun will be near the fixed star Algol at this time as well. This could be the unveiling of very powerful destructive nuclear weapons from the government, and perhaps losing one's head over it, so to speak, figuratively speaking. A real strong fixation and obsession with these things, perhaps. And I think also we might be seeing possible increased subversive and terrorist activity as well with this transit. But going back to really, I mean, as far as the losing, I mean, one's head, I think what we have to keep in mind too is that, I mean, Algol could actually be associated with literal beheadings, and that is something to look at as well. I think really when you're talking about the fixed star Algol energy, it's really more and on average it's more about figuratively losing one's head and getting out of control, going overboard on things, becoming very obsessed and fixated with them. But at the same time, keep in mind we are dealing with Isis, and we do have beheadings that go on right now in the world. And I think maybe at this time, when you're talking about this powerful conjunction with this destructive energy, Pluto and the Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn, making that conjunction, and you're talking about Algol being the Sun being and very near that Algol position at that time, you might see a little bit more prevalence of those literal beheadings as well at this time. It would not surprise me at all. So anyway, But back to the nuclear part of what I was talking about, I mean, Mars will also be at 0 to 1 degrees 1 degree Aquarius at that time on May 18th, 2018, and that could signify perhaps a new innovative military weapon as well. And it's interesting that it falls at this time where we're talking about very, I mean, with that Pluto, Black Moon Lilith, and Capricorn conjunction could be very destructive military nuclear weapons from the government, and having Mars at that early degree in Capricorn, 0 to 1 degrees, well, it could be something that could be very new, very ingenious and innovative, something that might have been seen before. So another thing too is when this Black Moon Lilith and Capricorn transit takes place, I could see more cases of more people being more despondent, more cases of depression, I think, might come out. I think that might be more prevalent than usual during this period. And I think too, you might see more people might show a more callous and undemonstrative nature at this time with less compassion than usual. And also, sadly, and I'll go back to the possible more cases of depression and despondency, is that you might have more cases sadly connected with this of repercussions like such as suicide and giving up on life, sadly, as well. And I think more people might be more averse on average to seeing the human or emotional element or aspect of situations. I think politicians, older people, fathers, businessmen, government officials, managers, landlords might be seen more as a strong adversary than usual, because the Black Moon Lilith energy could reflect a very formidable adversary. So I mean, it could be, and it could also be in some cases people that you know that embody Capricorn-like qualities. In some cases, it might be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. So, but keep in mind that on a higher level, though, I mean, one can embrace the strong positive side of this energy, and being able to use that energy to focus on goals and career aims. And really, it's really about taking really that strong negative pessimistic energy of Capricorn and being able to turn it into serious energy to be able to attain one's career ambitions, even ones that might seem somewhat formidable and insurmountable even. So at the same time, it's also important, I mean, what I want to get at too, I think too, what's important is to look at the house in your chart that this is transiting, as this could impact the delineation. Now let's say if this is transiting your 4th house, well, this could reveal or unveil a family member that may be overly authoritative, domineering, and perhaps causing dissension among family members. It's also important to look at the aspects that this makes to your natal points in your chart, as this could impact the delineation as well. Now let's say, for example, that this transit is making an inconjunct to your ascendant from your 6th house. Now, a Capricorn-related health issue may arise. It might be something, it might be something that maybe you had and it's unveiled at this time. It could be something connected with something Capricorn-like, such as the skin, the bones, the legs, and it might be something that you just don't want revealed. And it could also, and it could also be too that a formidable Capricorn-like adversary, which could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, or somebody that embodies those characteristics of Capricorn, may come out at your place of employment and may project, and because you're talking about an inconjunct to the Ascendant, let's say, I mean, you're talking Capricorn, Black Moon Lilith, and Capricorn, making an inconjunct to the Ascendant. So if it's Leo, then let's say we're talking about Leo, then it might bring out some negative characteristics of the rising sign Leo, which of course could be being bombastic, being overly arrogant and domineering. So anyway, Another example too, let's say that somebody is experiencing this Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn transit making a conjunction to their natal ascendant. Well, one could really strongly and outwardly express very strong, uninhibited, and serious erotic sexual energy, and it might be a surprise to others considering Capricorn rising may often come across as undemonstrative and reserved. And keep in mind, the rising sign, of course, is our projection of self, our outer demeanor, what we're expressing strongly outwardly. So this could be a very strong erotic sexual expression that might be exhibited when people, let's say someone with Capricorn rising experiences this transit making a conjunction to their ascendant. It also could bring out too a dark side of Capricorn as well when it makes the conjunction, such as a very overly ambitious and maybe ruthless and perhaps even tyrannical quality that might come out when this conjunction is made. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the 2017-2018 Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn transit. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be continuing talking about this with part 2 of this transit and talking about the transit's possible impact and effect on the zodiac signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. 2 things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.